Good afternoon. It's noon in the Triad, and that means it's time for Empowering You here on WSNC 90.5 FM. I'm Alvin Atkinson, and it is my pleasure each and every Sunday afternoon around noon to welcome you to a program that is all about you. We do this by shining a light on the great work being done by our local nonprofit agencies, governmental agencies, and corporate community initiatives. Today, being the fourth Sunday, as we always do, we have our great guests from Forsyth County. And today's show, we're going to have so much information, so I'm hoping that you've got your pens and pads or your notebooks and computers and phones to write down all sorts of information that will help us take advantage of the great things being done by our county agency. Starting us off today is Miss Nicole Harterink, who is the Public Information Officer with the Forsyth County Public Libraries. Good afternoon, Nicole.
Good afternoon, Alvin. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks
Good.
for asking. Well, the library, such a great resource here in our community, and we have several branches, but we don't always associate public information officer with libraries. So please connect the dots for us.
Sure. Well, we're a public institution. We're funded by public tax dollars, and we have 10 branches in the county, 4 in Winston-Salem, and branches in Clemens, Kernersville, Louisville, Rural Hall, and Walkertown. We also have an outreach department that provides library services to cardholders who can't travel to a branch, and they also put on programs for daycare centers and other organizations throughout the community. And my job as public information officer is to spread the word about the programs, services, our facilities, our expertise that we make available to everyone in Forsyth County for free.
Wow. And yes, and Nicole, even in our last show, we had a guest from the American Heart Association talking about blood pressure machines. Tell us how the library plays a role in that.
Sure. Yeah. The American Heart Association, the local affiliate of that wonderful organization, reached out to public health and to the library wanting to put in free blood pressure monitoring devices in our branches. Public health looked at the zip codes where that populace could benefit from having that information, where they don't have to go to a doctor or a clinic to get that reading. And so we've got blood pressure monitoring stations at Carver School Road Branch Library and then at the Central Library downtown. It's a really easy device to use. There's instructions, there's information also to let folks know what to do with the information they've gotten from the blood pressure monitor. If it's a certain level, if it's in the green zone, okay, you're doing great. If it's a little too high, they tell you, we have instructions on what to do about that. Either, maybe take it again. You might be a little nervous first time you're taking the blood pressure yourself, but if it is too high, there's information and counsel on what to do next. And they've been in place since June, and we've had over 200 readings made just in those 2 branches.
200.
200.
Wow. And just think, some of those may have found a problem that they needed to address and are live to hear our show today, thanks to that resource. So
they could be.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I know you also really attack and move forward in our county by what we call a variety of partners and services that address various issues, and really I wanted you to just talk about some of those and those social determinants of what we know is well-being, and so just share with us some of what our library is doing.
Yes, so there was a phrase coined I don't know, maybe in the last 10 years or so, called social determinants of health. And what that is everything that goes into a person's health that is separate and apart from seeing a doctor, getting a prescription filled, having medical tests done, all the things that can, depending on your circumstances, can improve your health, protect your health, or are a hindrance to good health. And in looking at the program services and the collection that we have, our books and electronic resources, the library offers a wealth of information, again, for free to folks in our community, whether they're library card holders or not, that can help improve some of those social determinants of health.
Well, and again, if you're just joining us, we are talking with Ms. Nicole Harterink, who is the Public Information Officer with the Forsyth County Public Library. And we just touched on this whole topic of social determinants of health, and we're going to go through them and really just see how the library plays a key role in helping bring resources to our community. So we talked about this whole economic wellness that we look. What other determinant areas are there?
Sure. Well, as far as economic stability goes, that speaks to, having a job, having, being able to grow in that job, having stable employment. And the library offers financial literacy courses with county partners like the Forsyth, the Extension Service here, that's a county agency, and local credit unions also will come in and do programs, say, on financial literacy, looking into purchasing a home, ways to save for college, things like that. And again, these programs are all free. And we also offer a variety of free online resources to help people research jobs that they might want to pursue out of high school or college, certifications that they want to get, scholarships that are available to help them further their educational goals, get help with a resume, prepare for college, and more. And again, all free.
Now, there's a whole lot. How does someone get this information? How can they get involved and make themselves available to these resources?
Sure. Well, in the for purposes of this interview, all the things I'm talking about today, all the resources, all the programs can be found if folks go to fcpl.cc/health. There's almost 400 programs happening in September alone that address all kinds of things. Too many to talk in these few minutes that I have with you today. So we want folks to go to that website again, fcpl.cc/health, to learn more about the programs that we do to support the social determinants of health.
Well, one of the things that you also mentioned is your role as public information. I know when we talked earlier, I said, so you're not really a librarian, are you? And you said, oh, no, not that we have anything against librarians.
No, love librarians.
Love libraries. What a great resource we have. But tell us a little of how your role really intersects with our public library system.
Sure. Well, as public information officer, my job is to help spread the word about the programs, our collection, our expertise, all the things that we offer the public. And that's why I'm so thrilled to be here today to talk to you. Another one of the social determinants of health is education, access, and quality. And of course, education is certainly in the news right now, especially with Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools. And we are partners with the school system, and we communicate through Peach Jar, the email system that the school system uses to send out information about school programs and then other resources for parents. So I put information in there at least once a month to let folks know about everything from webinars to help kids look into colleges, preparing for AP tests and so forth. And then we have 30 storytime activities a month to help young children up to preschoolers get exposed to reading and to get ready for kindergarten. We also have programs for school-age children that focus on STEM, that's science, technology, engineering, and math programs that they can choose from that are fun and opportunities to learn. And those kinds of things, I think they support and they complement the things that are going on in our classrooms, both public and private.
Well, and as you said, your role is to get this information out, communicate with the community, and let them know. There's another area about healthcare access. The library, I know you have one program you host, Real Men Talk, that I'm a real man, so I'm talking now. But anyway, there are other things that really speak to the health and what you do in that area. Can you share a couple of those?
Sure. Yes, we have several exercise and fitness and healthy eating programs that are put on in the different branches. We have online resources that have information about trusted resources. Have information about health and wellness that they can access through computers in the library or on their own computers if they have a library card. We've even got a book club that happens once a month where they discuss books while walking through Washington Park. And so those health and wellness programs we have are for children, teens, and adults.
Well, I think as we are speaking, our listeners could understand there's so much that is available in our community, and the library in your role really can be a portal for residents to get that information and to utilize it, because if they don't get it, if we don't get it and use it, what good is it? So
sure.
I'm so glad that you were able to come and start us off today in our show about all the great things being done and how we can make ourselves access them through the public library. So can you give us again that web address for this information?
Yes, everything I've talked about today can be found on fcpl.cc/health. And another way folks can find out about all types of events that are happening at the library, if you go to forsythlibrary.org, click on events and then go to calendar. You can search for events happening at your favorite branch, events happening for a particular age group of children or adults, events that are about a particular topic, whether it's a book club, whether it's a movie, whether it's something focused on health and wellness, or just workshops, and you can filter and print and get reminders for anything you would want to do at the library.
Well, I know that's quite a bit, and I want to thank you for coming and sharing this here on Empowering You.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.